Our kids are dying. Our kids don't know what's out there. And I don't think you know what's out there. Hey guys, what's up? It's Jen with Sober Like Me. My currently unpublished YouTube channel, but I felt really compelled to make a video today. Welcome to my sexy bedroom where I was literally about to just go to sleep. I took off my makeup, put my hair back, and then I put on Dr. Phil because I've been behind for a while and it's kind of like my self-care slash, guilty pleasure. And up pops Dr. Laura Bergman. If you're not familiar, she's a doctor that a lot of us in my age group have grown up with. She's a celebrity doctor. She actually is a PhD level therapist. And she's just somebody who I've always kind of admired. And so I recognized her face immediately. And when I popped on this episode, I was like, oh, she's a guest. Turns out her son passed away from an accidental drug overdose. Okay, regardless of how you feel about Narcan, you guys have heard me say a million times that, yeah, my mom died of a drug overdose. And regardless of how you feel about that, I've always said that if Narcan were available in every household, she would still be alive. But our kids are dying. Our kids don't know what's out there. And I don't think you know what's out there. And I'm not picking on you. But so let's talk about what's out there. Fentanyl is out there, and fentanyl is being found in many things, more often than I would even like to see. And people that are not dying of it are getting addicted because of fentanyl. You can get addicted twice as fast as heroin. It takes a smidge of fentanyl, and it's cheaper, and it's more readily available, and in fact, this doctor that I was just talking about, her son that passed away, ordered, during COVID, ordered a Percocet from Snapchat. His friend had sent him a link. He opened up this menu. He picked out a Percocet. It was delivered to his house. But guess what? It wasn't a Percocet. It was fentanyl. It looked just like a Percocet. If you guys Googled a pill before, Googled the pill with the color, the shape, the number, whatever, and you can find pretty much, you can verify a pill online. Guess what? The people that make these drugs, these fentanyl-laced drugs or these fentanyl drugs, they have pill presses that can make the pill look identical to what you'd find at a pharmacy. So how do you even combat that? You can get a fentanyl tester, which there's a lot of places in the area you can Google that can test your drugs for you for free. There have been places in the area that are very well-to-do that people wouldn't necessarily assume that, would be affected, like Auburn Hills or Grosse Pointe, which I will say that, cocaine is a very popular drug in those areas. Guess what? You're finding it in cocaine. You're finding it in Xanax bars, which look like Xanax bars, but they're not really Xanax bars. And you don't know what this stuff is being cut with. You just don't know. It's not regulated. It's a crapshoot. People are dying from fentanyl-laced marijuana. I even heard that they're making it into like a vape oil or like a wax. It's everywhere, you guys. I don't really care how you feel about Narcan. Get some in your house. It's free everywhere. That's why there's huge amounts of federal grants that have been dumped into our counties to provide this stuff for free. You may not care about my mom who passed away, overdose of her own doing, but what about your kid who's curious or wants to try something? And you may not know it. And you may have no indication, as Dr. Laura did not have an indication, and who regularly drug tested her son because she's a doctor and she knows what's going on out there. She didn't know this. And I have a feeling that you didn't either. So I don't care what you think your kids are doing or not doing. And I don't care if you think or know what your neighbors are doing or not. I have clients on my caseload that are in their 80s that are seeing this. This is not necessarily even an addiction problem. This is a one-time use problem. This is a, hey, I'm going to lend you a pill problem because you're not feeling good. And then you don't know where it looks legit. You Google it, looks great. And then you take it. And guess what? I have 2 recommendations. 1, get some Narcan in your house. 2, don't take anything unless you have picked it up from a pharmacy. Don't trust your friends. Don't trust somebody you think you know. Don't take a pill that you don't know where it came from. Like, if it did not come from a pharmacy that you picked it up from, no, don't do it. I don't know how many people are going to die tonight from a fentanyl overdose, but I can guarantee you those ERs are packed with it. The 911 calls are going to roll in, as they have been, day after day. How many lives can we save? How much is your life worth? How much is your kid's life worth? And you don't know where to find Narcan? It's literally everywhere. Google it. Google Narcan near me. And if you can't find it, get a hold of me. I know exactly where you can find it. Okay? Not to scare you, just to prepare you. Have a good night, you guys.